Hey guys, Terry here. Pretty nice day here in East Tennessee. I think it's gonna turn crappy again tomorrow. But fixing to haul the trash off. Got my oil tank out here and all. Where's it at? Got my oil tank all douched out, and I'm really glad I did because there was a lot of sludge in it. While I'm out going to the dump, I think I'm gonna run this thing by my brother's if he's at home. So I'll catch you when I get back. Hey guys, I'm headed to the dump now. Of course my brother's not home. He told me to drop the oil tank beside his garage door. He's having to work somewhere else today. And it's already getting cloudy. Absolutely beautiful this morning. I'm gonna get this trash took off, oil tank dropped at his garage, and maybe we'll head back and work on changing those points out. See you in a bit. Alright, here we are at my brother's. I'm gonna drop the little oil tank off for a little cosmetic work. Hopefully somebody don't come on wanting the oil tank worse than me. See you later, little oil tank. Cool shit on his garage door, huh? Alright guys, let's head back to the house and see if we can figure out this points plate. Hey guys, I made it back. I got a little bit of a head of you on this thing. I already pulled out the electronic ignition. But let me back up a little bit. First, so I'd know where I was at, I always like to set it on the compression stroke. These flywheels, excuse me. Hang on a minute, I can't find my flashlight. For different years, these flywheels have different marks on them. Apparently, front top dead center is a dot on this one. The way I confirmed that, of course, is take the plugs out, got it in fourth gear, bumped the tires around till the piston came to the top of the stroke. To make sure it's on its compression stroke, pop these covers off your push rods. Both of them turn, that means both valves is closed, which is your compression stroke. The other top dead center is your exhaust stroke, so you don't want to time to that. The whole reason I put it on the compression stroke was just so I'd know where I was at. So hang on just a minute. So okay, once I got her on top dead center, I was ready to pull out this electronic ignition unit. For some reason, this thing is beat to hell and back. And of course, the standoffs were all stripped to shit, just like they always are. So they were a little bit of a pain in the butt to get out. But anyway, as we suspected, it is a Dyna-S ignition. There's your trigger unit. I'll be saving this stuff. And so let's get back to putting the points ignition in there. So the next problem I ran into, I went to pull these advance weights out. And it was like the end of the camshaft was boogered up a little bit. You can't tell with them on there. I was going to put the set that came in the kit, which is these right here. And I don't know if it's because they're aftermarket or what, but they would not go on the end of the camshaft correctly. If you get them on there off in at least a little bit, it's going to wobble, and then your low. It's going to be your timing is going to be off. Your gap on your points. So hopefully, I'm going to use these advanced weights that was with the electronic ignition. Hopefully they'll work the same. If you got anything, if you know anything about that, let me know. But I'm going to continue here and go ahead and put the points plate in. Okay, I stuck the points plate in there, roughly centered in the holes. Next thing we're going to do is stick the little cam mechanism in there. It only goes one way. There's a pin in there, but just to make sure, you want the small lobe facing forward. That's your front cylinder. Hang on a minute. Okay, there's the little points cam mechanism that mounts on the end of your camshaft. We must be pretty close because the small lobe is right there on my points right at this second. Now I need to put this bolt in, if you could call it a bolt. It's got a huge head, but it's not very big, so it's very important not to over tighten these babies. Hang on just a minute. Alright, I got my bolt in there. I made sure my advance is moving freely. Next thing I'm going to do is time it, or not time it, but set the points gap. First I'm going to set it on the front cylinder, 20 thousandths. Then I'm going to roll it around and check the rear cylinder and see if it's 20 thousandths as well, because it can be different. That's what I'm doing next. So I pulled the center bolt out to better demonstrate. My follower is on the front cylinder, and that's where I'm going to set my points at for the front cylinder, 20 thousandths. Alright, there's the front cylinder. I got the slightest bit of drag on the 20 thousandths filler gauge. Anything's just a little tight, which is okay because the book calls out, I think, from 18 to 20 thousandths. I'm going to rotate it over to the large lobe, which is the rear cylinder. I'll put this bolt back in here, but and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, here's what I was talking about. We're on the rear cylinder lobe, and my points gap is just a tad bit smaller. The fix for this, I mean, it's not a great deal. It's like a tight 18th, so a couple thousandths difference. The only fix I know for it is, they say to knock this a little bit, maybe with a piece of brass and a hammer, and then recheck it, because it can oscillate. But that's getting real close. I may try to fine tune it just a little bit. Be right back with you. Alright, so I came in here with a little chunk and a hammer, and give it a couple taps, and now my points are roughly the same gap. Well, pretty much exactly the same gap on the front and the rear cylinder. I'm going to recheck this one more time, and then we'll set our static timing. Okay, I checked my points gap on the front and the rear cylinder. Got them both really, really close. I mean, real close. Now we're going to have to go around to the other side of the front, or other side of the back, look through the timing hole and get it on the advance mark, and set our backing plate for advanced timing. Alright guys, what I've got set up here is a continuity check. My meter makes a noise, but I think the battery's almost dead, so it's hard to hear the noise. You hook one side to ground and one side to your points. Come over here on the other side and make sure that mark's in the middle. Pretty doggone close to the middle. Now, set this thing on continuity. That's continuity. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but as I roll back this advance, it should quit making the noise. You hear that? noise, roll back, no noise. So that should have us pretty close to in the ballpark for advanced timing. If it's too far advanced, I'll know right away because it'll break my leg. But that's about it for right now, guys. Of course, I had the condenser and stuff removed so I could get in here and work on this easier. We'll have to stick the condenser back in, and when I get ready to wire it, we'll run our wire through here. That'll go to our coil. I guess I'm gonna mount that coil up here like factory. That way I'll be able to retain my choke and my ignition switch in their normal place. It'll hide pretty good up there, I guess. It'll be okay. And I guess that's about it for this week, guys. Y'all take it easy, take care of yourselves, and that's about all I know to tell you. Thanks a lot. Oh yeah, and I hadn't mentioned them in a while, but shout out to Hippie, shout out to Slick, and all you other guys, all you guys that are in my comments all the time. I really appreciate it. Bunch of you guys, too many to name, and y'all take her easy.